Good morning. I've had 3 hours sleep and I'm ready for anything. Let's cross the English Channel. Scrub that. Let's attempt to cross the English Channel. Just as I would attempt to climb a mountain, I'm not setting out to beat the channel here. I am but a guest, and I shall allow my host to dictate what actually happens. So, you know, if I have to bail, what I've seen from a passage plan is this morning I'm going to be going against the tide. No, I'm not. Sorry, the tide's going with me, isn't it? But the tide is going against the wind, so it may get quite rough. And then once around the headland into open water, there's quite a lot of fetch there. Well, not loads of fetch, but there's enough fetch to cause me problems. So I'm gonna assess it, you know, and if I have to turn around and come back to, you know, to take shelter, then that's all right. I'm man enough to do that. But I hope that I can press on, because I really want to get back. I want to get across the channel so I can get home and see Rossella and Emma, because I really, really miss them. So let's do this. Breakfast, anyone? That was backup alarm number 6 just went off on my phone. I was really worried about sleeping in, so I put lots of different alarms on there. Here's my anchor alarm. It did the usual thing. I've only really used this about 3 times now, but on 2 of those occasions it's done this. It gives a spurious kind of readout. The alarm goes off and you go, oh no, what's going on? And then you just like, oh no, it's just the HGPS. So here I am. I'm currently anchored off Deal Pier. So lots of people probably come here on the holidays, and I'm just one of them. So it's time to get the anchor up and then sail to France, I hope. Now, I don't know how much sailing there's going to be today, because the wind is coming this way and I'm going that way, so it's going to be a real challenge. And later today there are really strong winds forecast, so I've got to get my skates on, hence the early start. And what I mean by that is I want to be safely tucked away at the other end before those strong winds hit. I don't want to be out there in them. So I've got the speed to maintain, and I'll do whatever I need to do. I need to do a lot of motoring, I'll do it. So there we go. See what happens, eh? Well, I've got some things to be grateful for already. My shoes are dry. Put them down there next to the warm air heating outlet thing. So that's lovely. Toasty to put on, and it has stopped raining. So that's a real boon. Great start to the day. I'm a little bit underdressed right now because I'm going to be holding up the anchor by hand, and that's hard graft. So I'll be sweating, and then I'll come and put my gear on afterwards. So let's get the anchor up. Put the autopilot on and just kick it in ahead slowly. I don't know if you can see anything really. It's a bit dark, but there we are. It is what it is. So the current's actually taking us backwards. The autopilot's holding our heading. Got a little bit of forward on, so we're moving through the water forwards, but the water is moving backwards. So I'm kind of balancing the things out. The chain's pretty much up and down now, so I'll bring some more in. tight again, same situation. It's going under the boat now. So I'll let the tide take me. I'll take in some more. Hello, anchor. Thank you very much for keeping me safe through the night. Your work is much appreciated. Anchor lights off, nav lights on, deck light off. Goodbye, Deal Pier. It's been a pleasure. Maybe see you some other time. France now, so to hoist the French courtesy flag, which is easier said than done. Benny makes a comment about this. I know that this should go on the starboard spreader there, but I've got the radar reflector up there and there's no way I'm going to fart around and swap them over. So this is going to go on the port spreader. For any French people watching, I don't mean any disrespect by that, please forgive me. They're just safety considerations. Well, it's days like this that you wish you had a spray hood. It is, of course, on our to-do list. We will get a spray hood just in time for us to get out of the dodgy weather. But all's good. Look, some birds to keep us company there. Ahoy! The camera just got a bit of a wave, this big camera. First time I've got it out really, to try and avoid getting it wet, and just as I was taking it out I still had my arm underneath the hatch. But it was open a little bit and a big green one came over and wet the camera, so I dried it off as best I can, but our gear suffers doing this. Where's the seal? Hello seal! Hey! No, I'm really looking forward to getting in because the weather forecast isn't good. So I'm glad I made an early start. I remember this when we are anchored in a nice sunny, calm bay. Thing is, like anything in life, it always tastes sweeter when you feel like you've earned it. So when we are in a nice, beautiful, sheltered anchorage, I'll definitely feel like we've earned it because Rossella and I, we've put in so much work to get this boat and to get it ready. So yeah, I think we deserve a little bit of sunshine. Well, that little bit of mainsail has really helped to calm the movement of the boat down. I'm going to go to the bow because I've got to hoist the motoring coat. So let's go and do that. Separation scheme, which is kind of a ship motorway. So now I can go with the heading that I want to, not the heading that I have to. noise of that diesel engine, really reassuring and comforting and quite relaxing today. You know, normally you can't wait to switch it off. I mean, you know, I love sailing too, of course, but given the weather forecast, the maximum's up to force 9, so I don't want to be anywhere out in that. So I'm just looking forward to getting into Calais. I'm planning on picking up a mooring buoy and staying there and waiting for the next window to hop across to Belgium. But it's not over yet, so don't let me relax too much, because you switch off and then you run into a bit of fishing gear, and then your trip isn't anywhere near over. We've still got a few hours to go as well yet. Well, this is nice, 17 knots, and it's really comfortable with the main like that, you know. I do need the engine on because I'm going against the current at the moment. It's just under 3 knots, so I'm fighting that. There's a very nice boat over there. It looks like a kind of border patrol or something, bit of a beast. It's kind of heading in my general direction. They'll probably just ignore me, I guess, but you never know. There's a lot of migrants trying to cross the channel at the moment, so they're quite hot on intercepting that. But anyway, I think it's time for me to go and make a cup of tea, because I've got some clear sea room now. I've not had anything yet, tea or coffee, since I woke up. I stocked up on Yorkshire tea before I left the UK. Oh, Yorkshire tea. You don't get this abroad, do you? Well, if you do board me, I've got the kettle on. I'm only joking, I've only got really enough water in there for my tea. I don't think they'd probably enjoy English tea anyway. I know in Italy, for example, if you give them tea with milk in it, they think you're a weirdo. They have it with lemon juice. Well, I'm feeling, yeah, it's not over yet. I'm not relaxing too much yet, because you know, the weather isn't necessarily going to behave all the way till I'm in. You know, I've got to tie up to a buoy and stuff before I'm all hunky-dory for the night, but I'm starting to feel quite relaxed, really. The sea's a nice colour here, isn't it? Look, it's kind of green. Do you know what? I've got a sneaking suspicion, I could be completely wrong. The guys came from down my kind of starboard quarter, and the mainsail would have been covering the courtesy flag, because obviously I've got it on the wrong spreader. I've got it on the port one because it was a bit dodgy for me to mess around out there at sea to do it. Maybe they saw me with my British flag and without a French courtesy flag, and maybe they thought they were going to come and, you know, say, hey, why haven't you got a courtesy flag? But then they turned the corner in front of my mainsail and they've seen the flag, and now they said, right, oh, he's alright. He's got it on the wrong side because he's an idiot, but he's got a courtesy flag, so we'll leave him alone. Just a theory, could be utterly wrong. Right, let's see if this water's ready for a brew. Now, I've got to say, this cooker, I went to get the camera, a wave splashed in through the hatch when it was open for like 4 seconds, and it's gone on here, so it looks like I've got a salty cooker. It's seawater, honestly. Right, tea bag, water, there we go, lovely. Crikey. Need some milk now. Check for fishing gear first. Okay, all clear. Milk. That is how you make a proper English cup of tea. There'll be people who disagree with this, that's too milky for a lot of people, but do you know what? It's my tea, as I want it. Say hello to the camera, hello! Don't run away! Mr. Seal, I'm your friend! I come in peace! Ah, I missed it. There was another seal there. I don't think I got him on camera, or her. Shame. Gorgeous little creatures. They're very inquisitive. When I was offshore, we had an ROV underwater, and it was sitting in the TMS like it was its garage parked, the ROV, the robot. And we had a seal come up, and he was like playing with the ROV. He was swimming around and looking at the camera and stuff, and they're really intelligent little things. Beautiful too. Je suis en France! Aha! France! Vive la France! So right below us now is the Channel Tunnel. It goes from the UK to France. It's got trains that run on it, and you take vehicles on top of the trains. Or there's a passenger service as well. I've only ever done the one with the vehicle. Usually get the ferry because they're a lot cheaper. But my preferred method is sailing, or motor sailing, or whatever the case may be. Do you know what? Some people watching this, I'm sure many people will appreciate my point of view, but some people watching this might think, oh, you should be sailing. You've got, what have I got? I've got 19 knots of wind. Yeah, I could sail, I absolutely could sail. If I had more experience, I would sail, probably. But for me, this is the most seaman-like course of action, I believe. It's very soon there's going to be a big, massive gale blowing up, and I don't want to be out in that. And you just never know when something's going to go wrong, do you? So, you know, when you've got things going in your favour, I think you should kind of run with that. That's what I'm doing. And I'm going to feel a huge sense of achievement anyway, you know. This has been a big deal for me. I'll go through the passage planning for this kind of trip at some point in a video, but there's a lot to think about, especially for somebody like me who's never done it before. First time I've ever done it is on my own. Yeah, anyway, I'm not there yet, so let me concentrate on what I'm doing. I've been in touch with Calais Port of VHF, and there are 2 outbound ferries, so I'm going to hang around outside and wait for the instructions. I'm getting excited! I've sailed to France! Flipping Nora, this is brilliant. Oh, so rewarding. Doing anything on your own. I used to do a lot of mountain stuff on my own as well. It gives you a huge sense of satisfaction, you know, and kind of self-reliance, and afterwards you get a real sense of achievement, and it just helps you believe in yourself, you know. I really do enjoy it. I love doing things in company too, of course, and doing this trip with, you know, with friends or family would be wonderful too, but it's just wonderful in a different way when you do it on your own. Flipping Nora. I've just said that twice, haven't I? Never say that. I don't know why. I've just said it now. This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And the big weather system. It appears I'm just about going to miss it. It's over there, you can see it. It's going to bring severe gale force winds, but I hope I'll be tied up on a buoy by then. So, mooring up. It's always stressful, isn't it, when you're on your own? It is for me anyway. I've led a line from the bow. It's attached to a cleat in the bow, through the bow roller, and then outside everything to here, which is the black one, which comes right round to the back here. I can either grab it from there and pull this bit through, or I can grab it from here and go out the back. But we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Just been given the all clear by port control, so I'm going to get my skates on because there's another ferry coming in behind me. It's a very busy place. Lots of people fishing on the breakwater. There's not much room between these buoys actually. Close together for my liking. And over there's not too bad. Plan is now to pick up the buoy with my long line here at the back and then take it around all the way around the outside and hopefully just do it in one go. we are safely moored. Wow. Well, there we go, first attempt. I'm happy with that. Beginner's luck. Oh my word. We're in France? Flipping heck. Je suis very happy. Oh, brilliant. Right then, it's time for some tomato soup, and I'm going to finish off with my bread, and then it's time for a little sleep, I think. I'm really happy, really happy. Great sense of achievement actually, and relief, you know, tension released and all that sort of thing when you do something like this. So, yeah, it's all good. I just thought I'd show you how different this place looks when the tide is out.